Hey guys, Sean Bougie, surplusfundsriches.net, and I want to cover today why we have to be tough, stick to our guns, and have rules written in stone when we're doing this. Guys, we're not like everybody else. We are partnering with people. So we had to not only build a system to teach you how to do it on your own, that's what other people do, right? We also had to build in an opportunity where you could partner with us. Now, what that entails is we had to create a system. This is why we're tough on you guys. We had to create a system where you could turn in files to us. We could take those files, underwrite them, make sure you actually did the work that we needed you to do, make sure that you turned it in a manner that's going to be able to be usable by us, right? So we can put the deal together. And at that point, then we have to skip trace the files. We have to print all of this out, create a hard copy, enter it into our database. And we're working on doing direct submissions. But enter that into our database and then call and mail the people, put deals together, hire the mobile notary, hire the attorney, and get all of this done. In order to do that, first of all, we have to have good information. So you have to have done the work. You have to have researched the debt. I know the other guys aren't telling you this, but you have to research debt as it stood the day of the foreclosure to make sure there isn't a creditor that has a priority claim. Because if there was a mortgage or a lien against that property before the foreclosure hit, that has a priority claim to the overage in front of the ex-owner. I know nobody's telling you that, but that's the truth. So if somebody turns something in and they don't use our system, they turn it in with multiple attachments for the documents or whatever we need. They turn in multiple attachments. Our automatic printer is not going to kick in, and we're going to have to go back and try to find that and print everything out individually, so we can't take that. If there is a mistake, our underwriter actually gets back to you and says, listen, great, appreciate you trying. Doesn't actually say that. He just says, hey, here's what I need you to fix and turn it back in. Now, some of you guys might ask, well, why don't we just turn in that one page that I have to fix? Or why didn't you guys do it? Well, first of all, that's your job. Okay? That's your job. If you guys ever saw Office Space, the movie, what exactly is it you do here, right? You are researching debt and getting it correct. You're spelling the name right, so we can skip trace it, okay? You're filling out the conclusion sheet. So we see that you actually took debt into account. You're showing your work, okay? So we've got to have that. And if we printed it out and put it to the side or kept that email separate and said, hey, make the following changes and just send this one sheet to us, now we've got, if we printed it, we've got a shelf full of files, because you guys don't always get back with us right away. A shelf full of files that we've got to now alphabetize or whatever, put it into some kind of order so we can find it when you return it in. Right? Don't have the time or energy for that, especially since a lot of people don't respond to underwriting for a week at a time. So we've got to have it resubmitted. Now, at that point, people want to ask, well, what happened? So we just did an update. We're about to do this on the automatic email you get when you submit a file, where we say, look, we're actually putting researcher names on the active files list that you can access. So you'll be able to see, we're no longer going to tell you, hey, that was a duplicate submission. Those are rare. They don't happen hardly ever. But sometimes somebody turns in a file a day before you. It wasn't on the list because it was right after the list was created. And we used to get back and go, hey, sorry, this is a duplicate. We're not going to do that anymore. You're going to be able to go onto the list and see the researcher name and know somebody else beat you to it. We don't have the time to defend ourselves on that. We've had people say, well, when did they turn it in? I turned in mine at 11:17 p.m. Everything's time dated, guys. There is a certain amount of trust that needs to exist between us. And if you don't trust us, we completely understand and respect that. We don't have the time to get into that with you. The program teaches you how to do it on your own, and you're welcome to do it on your own. We'll even support you in that. We'll give you support access for that, even doing it on your own. So there's a certain amount of trust as well built into this. But we are tough on the rules. We do not go down rabbit holes because we have learned not to do that. And guys, we're in this together, okay? We're both trying to make money here. We're teaching you how to do it. And that means that occasionally we're going to have to say something like, well, somebody will go, I want to work my county because I live in this county. We're like, hey, 3,200 counties, taught you how to get a list, contact the people, but if you can't get it, move on to another county. This is silly. It's online from home. The difference between you working Mecklenburg County, North Carolina, or whatever, some other county in California is 1/1,000,000th of a second because it's online speed of light, right? Online. So that's the kind of thing we have to be tough on. Hey guys, move on. Let's all make some money here. Let's do what we need to do to make money. Let's not argue about this, that, or the other. If you don't trust us, we are cool with that, but we're not going to argue with you. Everything is public record. You could go behind us and see if we actually got the money out. If it came down to where you said, okay, you guys said somebody else turned it in, but you're lying, we have no reason to lie. We don't care who we pay as long as the first person that turned in the file correctly. That's who we pay. It does not matter to us. And we're running a business where I am not going to risk taking a commission away from somebody to make a little bit more. Why would I do that? So in that instance, we're just going to say, hey, you know what? Go ahead and do your own thing. We taught you how to do that. But we're going to be tough on you. We're going to go, hey, the other thing is, if you're asking support questions are questions on how do I apply the system? Okay? How do I apply it? I got a problem here. I'm not sure what you meant by this in the ebook. You got to read the ebook. People are trying to skim it. Guys, read the ebook. Okay? So you're saying, if you say something like, what if there's this thing and we need a notary in Honduras, how do we do that? Well, our first inclination is going to be, are you in a situation where you're trying to get a notary in Honduras? And if you say no, we're going to go, hey, let's wait until we come to the bridge before we go over them, okay? So the application question, I see that another researcher is really killing it in this one county. How much is he making, and how do I duplicate his efforts? He read the ebook and he applied it. That's how you duplicate it. As far as how much another researcher is making, that's private information. We didn't get the okay from this guy to share his financials with you. So that is not a support question. What I'm trying to say is we need to keep the efficiency rolling, and that's why the rules are in place. The rules are in place not to make it more difficult on you, okay? The rules are in place not to have something to argue with you about. The rules are in place so that we can all make money and do this as efficiently as possible, and we can get it right and have the best chance at success, okay? Might have come across a little rough today, but I'm just explaining because I get people all the time that get their feelings hurt when we say, look, that's not a support question. I need you to, in the future, please just ask us support questions. Oh, well, are you there or not for us? Well, we are, but we're not your buddy, okay? We are a business associate, and we are affiliated with you by choice, and we're trying to do the best we can to make you the most money possible, and that means you've got to do it our way in order to be efficient and to make as much money as possible, okay? Same thing with, well, why can't you do this? Why can't you get a list for me? That's your job. We told you how to do it. We need you to do that, okay? So guys, get out of your head. A lot of you I know, it doesn't matter what program you got, you would start questioning it or questioning the process. You've got to trust the process. You've got to apply it the way we tell you to apply it. You got to follow the rules we put in place because they're there for your benefit. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.